Bari- Bareikyte. Hello, and welcome back to the Galway Film Fleadh and to this evening's screening of The Castle. I hope you all enjoyed the film as much as I did. My name is Will Fitzgerald, programmer here at the Fleadh, and I'm delighted to present it to you all this evening. And it's my privilege to be joined by the director and some of the cast here. I've just been trying to pronounce everyone's Lithuanian names before we started, and I was doing a terrible job then, and I'm afraid to try and start it now. But maybe if I go with first names, I'm joined by director Lina, and I'm joined by the cast Gabija and Barbora, and producer Kestis. And also we've got our interpreter Kestis, also named Kestis, with us as well. Thank you so much, guys, for being here.
Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. So congratulations, everyone, on making a fantastic film. It's, you know, I thought it was really, it's very warm. Lina, your characters are really, really engaging. I thoroughly enjoyed watching all of them. And it's a beautifully shot film as well that I think makes great use of Dublin as a location. I wonder, I suppose, you know, we've heard this called a coming of age film, which I suppose it is. But it's also, it's quite sobering for you know, a tale of a teenager growing up.
Klausimas buvo, kad apie filmą, kad tai yra apie bręstantį jauną žmogų, merginą, bet taip pat tai yra apie istoriją apie tai, kas vyksta su jaunu žmogu užsienio šalyje, ar taip yra, ar tokia buvo idėja. Lina, klausimas.
Is this a question for me? Okay.
I guess so.
So, okay. So, film is first of all about the Lithuanian people, about the type of girl who doesn't take what life throws at her, but really goes for what she wants, and she really knows what she wants. And there are so many Lithuanians, you know, who have emigrated, and a big part of them live in UK or in Ireland, and usually people, you know, like end up, you know, accepting lifestyle that they don't want to live. And I want to film which portrays a girl who goes for what she wants.
Right, and that was fantastic to see. You know, this beautiful Lithuanian story. I think an Irish set story to be told in this language. But then, of course, from the very beginning, and that first shot that goes through Bachelor's Walk, we also see that it's also a very Irish story. What was it like working in Ireland?
If I could shoot all films in Ireland, I would be the happiest person, because it was an amazing experience. It was just great. I felt in love with Ireland. Everybody was so kind, and it was really like a process full of love and respect and passion for film, and a lot of work and a lot of fun. It was really a great experience, at least for me, and I think for the others too.
Yes, and
fantastic.
It was sunshine too, you know. When we finished filming, everybody said nobody is going to believe you shot it in Ireland.
It did look sunnier than usual. But Kestis, please, I'd love to hear your take as well on co-producing with Ireland. What was that like?
Actually, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and my co-producer, David Collins from Samson Films, he's an amazing producer. He did a wonderful job, and cooperation was really smooth. I really must thank Screen Ireland for their support, and without them, it would be impossible. You know, this film was a real challenge, both financially and you know, just working in two countries. It's not easy, but the people were amazing. True professionals, always went an extra mile for the film. So all my best to the team. I hope some of them are watching this. We miss you guys. You are just great.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Barbora, I wonder, what you think of the way Monica behaved in the film and how badly she wanted that money.
Barbora, jeigu reikia sakyti, aš išversiu. Klausimas buvo, kaip tu manai, ar tavo vaidmuo Monika, kaip stipriai, koks stiprus buvo jos noras daryti tai, ką jinai buvo užsibrėžusi, ant kiek tai buvo jos tikslas didelis?
Noras buvo didžiulis, aš manau, visi mes tų tokių didžiulių norų turim. Ir tų didžiulių svajonių, jos gal kartais kitiems gali pasirodyti kažkokios naivios, bet mes kiekvienas turim tų svajonių, kurias norim kažkaip išpildyti, ar tuos tikslus kažkokius. Tai aš manau, kiekvienas per tą procesą, tą siekimo, jis labai labai keičiasi, labai auga ir lygiai taip pat tai darė ir Monika. Tai.
Yeah, Barbora said that her personage, or actually the role, Monica, had a really huge dream and huge eagerness to achieve what she wanted to do, and she thinks that all of us usually have some big dreams, and maybe not all of us want to can express that, but the Monica she played, actually, she went through the process on the way to achieve what she wanted, and when people go through that process, they are changing. So did Monica in the movie.
Thank you, Barbora. Lina, was that sort of a part of the motivation of telling the story from the beginning? That this pursuing your dream at any cost.
Sorry, is it for me because I haven't heard it because of my poor connection?
I'll pass to Gabija actually. Gabija, I wanted to ask you about that scene between Monica and Granny in Natalia's apartment, and Granny sort of hints that perhaps Monica used to be, your character used to be a lot like Monica, and perhaps she didn't want her following in her mother's footsteps.
Well, yeah, that was the story, our hidden story, that she didn't want her daughter to be disappointed in her life as Jolanta was, and she had to give up her piano career, her piano player career, and she already knew what kind of what sort of pain it is to give up everything you dreamed of, and so she wanted to guard her, to choose. She wanted her daughter to choose some safer style of life, and yeah, she just wanted to protect her from the pain.
Yeah, I think you did an excellent job. Your portrayal of a mother's pain, of someone who's stuck in the middle in this matriarchal family, caring for a mother and a daughter. It was a terrific performance. So I think well done on that.
We women know how to do that. We are perfect at that.
Yes, Lithuanian and Irish women both, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, good for everybody, but not for ourselves.
No. And also, yeah, well done to Lina for incorporating that into the script as well. Again, a brilliant script. Barbora, where do you think Monica would be in 10 years, let's say?
Labai geras klausimas šiaip. Niekada nebuvau pagalvojus apie jį. Nežinau, jinai šiaip labai stipri asmenybė, manau. ir labai labai gražiai tų savo svajonių siekia ir aš manau, kad jinai su tom savo unikaliom savybėm ir tuo tokiu labai didžiulį ryžtų pasiektų, manau, tikrai labai labai daug ir šituo nuoširdumu nupirktų visus ateityje, tai va. Manau, kad pasiektų jį tikrai daug.
Yeah, that's she said that's very good question. Actually, she didn't consider that and never thought about that, but considering how strong and decisive Monica is, she thinks that probably she will achieve a lot during the 10 years. Nothing specific, but she likes the way how she is achieving her goals in a beautiful manner, in a beautiful way, and she buys off people with her sincerity and frankness. So she thinks that Monica will achieve really great things with that seeking of the goal. Yeah.
I agree. I'll try and come back to Lina, see if our connection is a bit better, because I'd like to ask Lina about developing the script, and in particular characters like Adam and Natalia, who are really fun. It was really fun to watch their stories as well.
Sorry, what's the question?
In terms of developing the script and creating these characters, do they come from any particular place or have particular meaning for you?
It's very funny because while developing the script, I was for some reasons in Romania, and that's when I met Andrei Chopic, the actor who played Andrei, and Andrei is the same as Adam, so he just came into the film from his kind of real life, and then I knew Natalia, and I think Dublin is a melting pot, of different kind of nationalities, and for me it made sense that it's not just Lithuanians living in Ireland, but it's like different cultures living and struggling and trying to make the best of their lives.
That's great. And could you maybe tell us as well about working with, you worked with one of our great Irish cinematographers, Michael Lavelle, on this film. What was that like?
Well, that was amazing. We had a lot of good time with Michael. It was super. The film is shot beautifully, and I think he managed to, like what you said in the very beginning, to show Dublin in the most cinematic way possible, I guess. And he was very gentle with the actors, and he was, I think, very gentle with Barbora, and I think the actors felt very comfortable next to Michael, which is crucially important, I think, for making the film, that the cinematographer kind of sneaks into the story without being really present, and I think Michael succeeded to do that very well.
If I may add,
thank you, Michael, if you're watching.
Yes, if I may add, sometimes Lina would pose impossible tasks for Michael, but he was like a genius, these long shots walking, for several
walking backwards.
Walking backwards and so on. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think the longest shot maybe was like around 6 minutes, and Michael didn't say a word. We were just walking around the port. Yeah, he's great. He's a guy who never says no.
That's great. I have a question for you from our social media feeds, where we're getting a great response to the film. It's another name that I'm going to butcher terribly, but Arturas Rakuskas asks, what was the biggest challenge as regards to production?
Well, who is the question to?
Maybe let's start with you, Kestis.
Producer, because sure. I had no challenges. Everything went smoothly.
Oh, wow. That's amazing to hear. Okay, Kestis, you've got to give us a challenge.
Well, I'd say, you know, there's many sides to production, right? And it's not necessarily financing, because, you know, we did have some issues with financing, but essentially we solved them and it was great. But I think production-wise, the biggest challenge was the sea, because coming from Lithuania, we don't have such tides that you have here in Ireland. And then when you know, we had to shoot some pretty elaborate and long scenes, and we needed high tide, it was a real killer for us, you know. And so to me, really, of all the things, somehow I remember the tides, you know, because whenever we went to the sea, that was that was very, very difficult.
Speaking of tides being a killer, I know that I'm sure, Lina, you probably want to leave it as ambiguous as possible, and of course the audience is there to figure out the film for themselves. But maybe let's ask Barbora, actually. What do you think is going through Monica's head at the very end of the film?
Sorry, it's a question for me?
I think it's for Barbora.
For Barbora?
Sorry,
Maybe, I'm not sure.
My connection.
Jeigu supratai, klausia, kaip tu galvoji, kas ten filmo pabaigoje Monikos galvoje darėsi, kas dėjosi?
Nežinau, turbūt kaip man kaip vaidinant Moniką, tą personažą, irgi reikėjo turbūt pajusti tą nežinau, kaip ta svajonė žlunga, ar kažkokia viltis prarandama didelė, ir tas jausmas labai negeras, ir nežinau, jei kaip žmogui, manau, buvo tikrai nelengva, ir man pačiai psichologiškai kažkaip keliaujant su ją visą procesą filmo ir visoje eigoje, kažkaip kiekvienoje toje akimirkoje dalyvaujant ir kartu su ją išgyvenant kiekvieną dialogą ir visus pokalbius su visais, tai aš kažkaip, manau, pajutau tą patį, ką jie gale filmo, ir suvaidinti tai kažkaip tikrai nebuvo labai lengva emociškai ir psichologiškai, ir manau, jie jautėsi panašiai kaip aš.
Yeah, Barbora said that nothing in particular regarding the thoughts, but she thinks that when she had to play to express what Monica had to go through and what she had to feel when losing the dreams and when crashing her hopes, it's really, really hard psychologically and emotionally to go through all of that, and she, when acting, she actually felt the same, what she thinks what Monica should feel. So it was really hard sometimes to go all of that, all of those situations and feelings.
Thank you, Barbora. Lina, any further insight on the ending between Monica and Granny, or do you want to let the audience decide that for themselves?
No, I think it's important to talk about the ending because it's kind of tough, kind of ending. But I think it's first of all about letting go, you know. And I think I remember talking to Barbora during shooting the film that it was also about letting go, because when we have our dreams, we see them fixed, you know, like I want this. This is how my dream should look. But I think once we reach the point that we cannot, you know, have the dream the way we want it, there is always a moment of letting go and looking the other direction, you know, and maybe the other option is, you know, also positive, it's also good. And I think that's why this film we call it coming of age, because this girl in the beginning of the film, she's a child and she thinks, I want this, you know, I want the castle. But then in the end of the film, I think she's grown up and she's learned that, you know, maybe happiness lies not in the castles, but, you know, in some other things that I don't want to spoil the film, you know. But I think it's about letting go and seeing a broader picture.
Sure. I think it could be a metaphor for filmmaking as well. Well, I think that's about all the time that we have. But thank you again for joining me and for being part of the Galway Film Fleadh this year. Lina, Barbora, Gabija, and Kestis, thank you so much. And I hope people will continue to enjoy the film. Sorry, Kestis, yes.
Yes, I just want to say that Galway was the first place where we presented the project. So thank you, Galway, and I hope you have a great festival online. It's a bit weird. Thank you for having us. And
thank you. Bravo.
Hopefully in person next time. Thank you.
Good luck to everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.